Going on, guys? So a couple years back, I did this video on RF interference, electromagnetic interference, coming from various household items that we use every day, such as a TV, DVD player, lights, microwave. Whatever has an electromagnetic signature, basically, will produce this RF radiation. Okay. Um, so I did this video and I was following a guy on YouTube who was really into this, and he was finding all sorts of different things around the home, outside the home, just about everywhere. He was finding that there may actually be a health hazard involved with things that we just do not expect would cause any health hazards. Now, this video isn't about me trying to proclaim that in fact we're all dying of our TVs basically being there. But I wanted to retouch the subject because I've been getting into shortwave radios, ham radios, amateur bands, and I've been noticing some interference lately coming from some different things, and I figured that I would go ahead and explore this topic again. Again, it's been a couple years since I've done any of this, and probably none of my subscribers even know that I even did it. So I just kind of wanted to go around the home and show you exactly what happens when you expose a very sensitive radio to various items around the home. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the radio that I'm going to be using is a standard run-of-the-mill AM/FM radio. There's nothing special about this. It was about $15. I've got batteries in it right now so that I can carry it around with me. But essentially, this radio is tuned to the lowest band that it would possibly go, the lowest frequency, which is 535 kilohertz. And I am going to be carrying this around with me. Now, I did a quick test beforehand, and I was already getting so much interference from my actual phone that is doing the recording that I went ahead and turned the volume down. And I'll go ahead and show you exactly what it's doing. Okay, so I'm about 6 feet away from the radio right now, and as I approach the radio, okay, now I'm about 2 feet. Okay, so I've already determined that my phone is producing quite a bit of interference here. So unfortunately, there is going to be some feedback there when I'm walking around and showing you the different interference. But what's amazing to me is that my phone is either in my hand or up to my ear or by my bedside when I'm sleeping, and it produces that kind of radiation, which is amazing to me to think about. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of my phone and run scared and go live like a hermit out in the woods where there's none of that. It's just something to think about, that this phone here, with everything turned off except for the camera, is still putting out this kind of interference. So, really actually pretty surprising to me. Okay, so I'm going to walk towards my TV and Blu-ray player here. Okay, so that's my Blu-ray player. Which, right about, I'd say about a foot. About a foot is where I'm picking that up. Let's try the TV. Wow. So that there is a good demonstration of just how much interference there is just coming from my TV, my soundbar, and my Blu-ray player. Now you'll have to ignore the mess. We're actually in the middle of rearranging our living room and our kitchen, so it's kind of messed. But anyway, so those three items right there are producing quite a bit of interference. Now, of course, I don't have my head right up to those things all day long, but it's just a point that these small items here actually produce probably about a foot to a foot and a half of radiation. So it's pretty crazy to think about. Now, I'm going to take you over to the microwave so you can see just what a microwave puts out. Okay, so I'm at the microwave, just a standard over-the-stove microwave, GE. Nothing too special, just a regular old microwave. Turn up the radio. Okay, so this is actually about 2 feet. Okay, so that's a good 2 feet around this microwave that there's some kind of an actual radiation that's coming off of this, which is crazy to think that a microwave, which isn't even powered on right now, it's just plugged in, and the clock is running. It's amazing to think that this would produce even more than my TV would. It's actually crazy to think. There's a little night light right here. It's gonna go off obviously because I got the light on. But let's see, just out of curiosity, if it's putting anything out. Surprisingly nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, here's some obvious ones. Now there's a wireless router right there and a cable modem. To my surprise, the sound actually goes down. So the cable modem actually produces much less RF interference than a microwave. Isn't that weird? In this one spot, almost nothing. Isn't that something? That is so weird. So there we go for the wireless router and the cable modem. Let's try a light. See what happens here. As I expected, there's definitely something there. I proved that the last time that I did this. So, yeah, so how about let's head on over to the computer and see what kind of RF radiation that's putting out. Okay, so here's my computer right here. The monitor is on. So let's go ahead and... happens when we turn off the monitor. Something completely different. Wow. Wow, just listen to that. I mean, this is about where I sit. Okay? Isn't that crazy? That's a crazy amount of interference. Actually not getting much out of the computer itself. Just down here where the power supply is at. This monitor puts out more interference with it on. Or maybe a just different kind of interference. Wow, isn't that crazy? Here, let's try that again. I'm gonna turn this thing off. Just the monitor. Wow, that is a crazy amount of interference. That's nuts. Wow. Well, anyway, I think you guys have heard enough. So, as crazy as that is what we don't hear on a daily basis around the items that we're using, electronic items that we use on a daily basis. Now, again, this video isn't about actually, trying to get you to get rid of all your electronic items and go live out in the forest. It's just kind of reinforcement of the idea that even the simplest things that we have in our homes produce this kind of interference, and it's just crazy to think that we live with this stuff every day. So anyway, I just thought I would throw this out there. There was a little bit of interest in it, and so I figured I would just throw this out there. If you want to test this yourself, you can get any AM radio, just set it to the lowest possible setting and just walk around, and you'll find stuff. I have a friend at work who can do the same thing with all of his electrical outlets, if you can believe that, with nothing even plugged in. So your results will obviously vary. But to my surprise, there's a lot of stuff that produces an enormous amount of interference. And it's interesting at the same time, kind of makes you worry a little bit. So that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. So take care.